Hi guys, this is Sports Flare Live. Yeah. Hi guys, this is Sports Flare Live, and I'm going to be doing CPU versus CPU again on Heisman difficulty again, in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, between Texas A&M, because they're favored to beat Miami. I know I said I was going to do Miami, but I changed my mind because Texas A&M is just probably safer and would be the better team versus the Ohio State defending national champion Buckeyes. And what up, Wave, and go Texas A&M for Wave. So Wave is cheering for A&M, and then what up, Father Flare? Mother Flare is asleep. But yeah, it is Heisman. Okay, Heisman difficulty rather. So we just got to go back and get it. And CPU versus CPU, 8-minute quarters again, so it'll be about the same length, not too long, not too short. There's a Goodyear Cotton Bowl, and the game's 7:30. That's not an option, but regardless, let's advance. I'm going to be a neutral announcer, and I know the two teams' quarterbacks, Marcel Reed and Julian Sayin, and I know Jeremiah Love and Carnell Tate are two of Ohio State's wide receivers, as it's going to be Mike Elko, Texas A&M. Oh wait, I gotta save that. Okay, Texas A&M and Ohio State. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl is officially underway, almost. And now, who will be advancing? As I am doing my bracket. As can I be back in the chat in about 12 minutes? I mean, if you. Yes, you can. The stream will be about an hour, maybe a bit less. As out come the Buckeyes, led by head coach Ryan Day. And Oklahoma, in case you were wondering, Oklahoma will be playing either the winner for my bracket. We'll be playing either the winner of Oregon, Texas Tech. So yeah, and this is the 8-seed Aggies taking on the 3-seed Buckeyes in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Make it about 20 minutes, actually. Okay, Wave. And Mother Flare, hopefully she'll get up soon and get in the chat, as a kick from Texas A&M, and we are underway! It is brought out by either Jeremiah Smith or Carnell Tate. I'm not sure which one. Maybe it's neither. Tackle is made. And out come Heisman runner-up Julian Sayin and the Ohio State... Did I just call them the Ohio State Aggies and the Ohio State Buckeyes offense? Fun fact about the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, or just the Cotton Bowl, it was established in 1937. As here is a screen setup to the great freshman last season. He's not been as good this year. Jeremiah Smith, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. And I think, yeah, Father Flare wanted Texas A&M to win whenever I asked him before I came up, or before I started, so I highly doubt that it has changed. As Sayin hands the rock off, and he is tackled by Terrene, hopefully I'm saying that right, York. Hopefully we get another thriller here. Goodyear Cotton Bowl, 8 o'clock. Julian Sayin on 3rd down. My blanket got stuck. 3rd and 5. Sayin throws, and he's Sayin to complete it, as he completes it to Carnell Tate for a Buckeye 1st down. Yeah, so I sent the link to Beard and Dirt. I don't know if they'll be in. I also sent it to Marcelo, so I don't know if he'll be in. So it ought to be a good game. Hopefully, I'm neutral, as I said. Here's a handoff, and close to the 2nd one. James Peoples. I don't think he's related. Yeah, there's no way he's related to Donovan Peoples-Jones, because he'd have to be a lot younger. He's probably not related to anyone famous. As fun fact about Ohio State, they have a running back. named Bo Jackson. He is not related to the legendary Auburn running back. I think he went to Auburn as this is a loss of a yard. That is Bo Jackson with the carry, by the way. And no, he is not related to the Auburn slash Raiders legend before he hurt his knee, and Bo Jackson, not the Auburn one. They're not related, just the same. Because his first name's like Lamar. This Ohio State's running back's first name is like Lamar. This is a handoff where he is met. That's James Peoples who had the ball. And this is already decision time for head coach Ryan Day. 5:40 to go. And they're going to punt. They could probably kick a long field goal. This might be a fake. No, it's a real punt. He gets it off. It is a booming punt for a touchback. As there is Brutus the Buckeye. I have no idea what Texas A&M's mascot is and or if they have one. That's a matchup to watch there. Kevin Conception and I did not get to see the other one. David I. Gibson. I'm probably not saying that right. Play action, Marcel Reed! It is indeed. That rhymes. Call it 2nd and 7. So, do you still want Texas A&M to win, Father Flair? Two teams going at it, facing elimination. The stakes are never higher unless it's the Natty. It is Texas A&M. It is Ohio State. It is the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Marcel Reed's pass. First down. Plenty more. There he goes. First big play for the Aggies. All the way down to the 3. What a pickup. From his own 20, from Texas A&M's own 23 to the Ohio State's 3. First and goal. What a pass by Marcel Reed. And the receiver there almost broke it. That was Conception. He just gets to the outside. And finally, someone is there for Ohio State rather. And Father Flair says he is cheering for Texas A&M. He hates Ohio State. First and goal from the 3. Aggies trying to punch it in and strike first here in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. And it's a gain of 9. Second goal. Indiana had this type of scenario a bit. It was not really. Since I started yesterday doing these playoff games, that was my first really explosive big play. I guess you could argue the 4th and 7 with Mendoza. Once this ball's a fumble and Ohio State has the football. He lost the ball. Ohio State recovered. Wow! Ohio State with the stand. That's happened so quickly I almost didn't get to commentate it. Arvell Reese, the Mike linebacker. It was a fumble by Moss. I don't remember his first name. And it got picked up by the Buckeyes. Score remains 0-0. Did I do good commentating that play, Father Flair? This is a toss to Ezekiel Elliott 2.0. And he gets 7, 2nd and 3. Thurman is his name. There's Brutus the Buckeye. I do have a QT drink, a Big Q. It is Diet Dr. Pepper. Which is Big Q is just a medium size. They just call it a Big Q. And then Father Flair got a large. Same with Mother Flair. That pass is caught by Carnell Tate for the Ohio State first. And then, doing awesome. Thanks, Father Flair. He fakes the handoff, and ever since I started this yesterday, that has gotten these defenses. Faking that handoff. And then it's big here, as that is tackled for a gain of 9. Actually, yeah, it's a gain of 9. We'll see if Dirt gets in. Or maybe he's mowing dirt or something. I don't know. Julian Sayin, the Heisman runner-up, possibly would have won it if he beat Indiana and Fernando Mendoza. As he goes for it all here, and the ball is intercepted! Back-to-back drives! Back-to-back turnovers! Julian Sayin intercepted! And the Aggies will take over at the 41. This is going to become the game of turnovers, 2 already, and it's just the first quarter. Will Lee the third, the cornerback, picks Julian Sayin on the deep ball. He is not mossed by Carnell Tate, and the score remains 0-0 here in the Cotton Bowl. Wow. Marcel Reed throwing. That ball short, it is caught for an Aggie first down. And will the turnovers end up being the difference here? As there's been a lot already. 2 if you want the exact number. 5 watching. So yeah. Ice Flare also has a big Q. And Mother Flare and Father Flare have a large. Not that's important, but they fake the handoff here, set up a wide receiver screen, and get it down to the 33. What a pass. Marcel Reed to Carter. Under 2 minutes in the first quarter. And that has been getting teams. I'll continuously say it. They fake the run. And then the teams are just going after the run. Throwing, or he's not snapped it. This is going to be a jet touch pass, or no. Fake the jet touch, or fake the jet sweep, or jet touch pass and hand it off, and it's a loss of 2. No score here through the first quarter thus far. Aggies in field goal range should try and score, as we've had them. Texas A&M has had the missed opportunity on the fumble on 2nd and goal. Didn't fool anybody with that one. That's true, Father Flare. As this is a handoff. Moss again hangs on to the ball. And it's going to be 3rd and 12. He gained 0. A Goodyear Cotton Bowl. It's the best feelings in sports when you got 2 teams battling it out on the gridiron, as they call it, for a chance to advance to the next round. 3rd and 12. Marcel Reed's pass. He's intercepted. It's going to be brought out, and there he goes. This is going to be Ohio State. Pick 6. And Ohio State will strike first. Sony Styles with the 74-yard pick 6. How many turnovers already? 3? Yes, that is 3 turnovers for both teams combined, and Father Flare not happy saying pick during 6. It's a Texas A&M fan for this game. And yeah, Dude Perfect's not happy to see that, but it's still anybody's game. But that is how that was. I mean, I was not expecting that, but maybe these 2 teams just love to turn the football over. PAT up and good. Ohio State takes the 7-0 lead, and we do have a team who scores points here in the first quarter with 39 seconds left, and that is the Ohio State Buckeyes led by Ryan Day. This is brought out, and a bad decision, as he'll get it to the 14. We'll see if there won't be a turnover, because the past 3 drives there has been a turnover as Santana Moss, huge thing that or Le'Veon Moss rather, that's a wide receiver, not Santana Moss, just don't add that in AI overview, Le'Veon Moss, not related to Le'Veon or Le'Veon Bell, they're the same person, I just don't know how to say it. 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2. Not Le'Veon. Throwing. Marcel Reed goes short on a slant. And it is caught 3rd and 4. And we will head to the second quarter. Ohio State 7. Texas A&M nothing. Aggies with the ball as they have -1 rushing yards compared to Ohio State's 18. We still got a game here. That's a student section for the Ohio State fans, I believe. They were showing in the game. Excuse me, they were showing in the game. They flip sides of the field. Marcel Reed sets up a screen. Le'Veon Moss is tackled for a loss. That rhymes. And what doesn't rhyme is that the Aggies will have to punt. Anyway, Le'Veon Moss and Le'Veon Bell are not the same people. As here's a punt that's upcoming, and it's a good snap, and that might be a bit of a shank, but I don't think it is. No, it's not, as he gets it at the 38. 1st and 10 from there. And Julian Sayin back out. This is a quarterback keeper. He barely hangs on to the football after picking up 4, 2nd and 6. Ryan Day so far has done a good job getting his team ready after a devastating Big Ten loss for Ohio State fans to the Hoosiers of Indiana. Well, that final was 13-10 if you weren't watching. I saw the ending. 2nd and 6. And throwing it is Sayin. It is caught, hangs on, and breaks a tackler down to the 46. Will we get an Indiana, Ohio? Oh, wait, I forgot. No, take that out, AI overview. Will we get an Oklahoma, Ohio State natty? Let me know down in the comments. Or Georgia, Ohio State semifinal in the game. Not in real life. That could happen. Enjoying the commentary. Thanks, Father Flair. They fake the handoff and now throw it to that running back who gets a stiff arm and down to the 6. I bet what you're not enjoying, Father Flair, is watching this Texas A&M team led by head coach Mike Elko struggle. That was a huge momentum shift for Ohio State, it seems to be, after getting that pick 6. They got to stop on defense. Now they're trying to drive down the field as Heisman runner-up Julian Sayin hands it off, and he's got the first to the 32. Needed 4, how about 8? True. First down, Buckeyes. This is not what Wave wanted to see. I know he's watching, yeah, but even chatting-wise. Oh, gosh. I got stuck. Anyways, Julian Sayin is gonna toss play, and he cuts it up. He got the lane and down to the 13. Bo Jackson, not the Auburn running back. Or the legendary Auburn running back. There is not a current Auburn running back named Bo Jackson. Though as a Georgia fan, Auburn might need a running back, Bo Jackson, to come out of retirement to go back to college and play for them. I hope that don't happen, though. Julian Sayin looked like, he was putting Jeremiah Smith in motion. The ball was up in the air for a split second as it's incomplete. Texas A&M, the Aggies could not come away with it. That ball, if there's a guy right there, and that's still a dangerous pass, but that's possibly a pick or an interception if there's a dude right where that ball tipped into, but there's not, and Ohio State catches a break, as this is a jet sweep, and it's not going nowhere. 3rd and 11. Cornell Tate is stopped. That Diet Dr. Pepper's good. Excuse me. Julian Sayin on 3rd down. Throwing it is Sayin. Pressured and almost intercepted. Wow, he batted it down, but had he turned around a bit, then he could have had the interception, which would have been a huge momentum shift possibly for Texas A&M, which they would definitely need. As here's Fielding to kick the field goal, I believe. As this kick from 31, he got it. 10 Ohio State, 0 Aggies. Texas A&M here needing a momentum shift, a huge one. 4:35 to go until halftime. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl is sponsored by Sports Flair's channel. Not really. I don't have sponsors. But 10 Ohio State and 0 Aggies. Ever since that big play that Texas A&M had, I'd not cuss, or no one said I did. So it's going to be brought out by Le'Veon Moss to the 12. Ever since that huge play that A&M had, they have not had anything, as they have fumbled that drive. Their best chance to score tonight, as this is a pass across the middle that is eventually dropped after the heavy hit. And then they threw a pick. And then they threw a pick six. And then, obviously, they punted it. And Ohio State drove down the field to score. 2nd and 10. Marcel Reed hands it off, and that is not going nowhere. Le'Veon Moss is stopped for a loss, and this Ohio State momentum just continues. Mike Elgrove's going to have to give a huge speech to Texas A&M at halftime if they want to win this game, or at least have a chance to make it close, because they are currently getting shut out with a bit over 4 minutes left in the third. That ball is caught to a wide open wide receiver down to the 29. A huge play for Texas A&M. Exactly what they needed right then and there. And it's 1st and 10 Aggies. It's a big play. We'll see if it shifts the momentum for Texas A&M. Here's a play action. That pass is caught, and there he goes down the midfield at the 50. And now Texas A&M is driving, trying to get the first points of the day. Or therefore, Texas A&M is driving, trying to get their first points of the game. Not me. Or not both teams. Nyblack with the catch. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. A gain of 21. Clock continues. 1937 was when this was established, so take that away. AI overview about 1938, because it was 1937 when the Goodyear Cotton Bowl was established, as Le'Veon Moss gets 2, and he was tackled after that. Under 3 minutes now in the first half, with Ohio State leading us 10-zip. Can the Aggies get on the board? They will receive the second half kickoff. So it would be huge here if they could get on the board, get a stop, but maybe even a field goal, then drive down the field and score to take the lead. Throwing it is Marcel Reed right at the marker, and he's inches short, they say, 3rd and inches. Aggies can't get much going, says Father Flair. Thus far, they haven't been able to, but this drive, I feel like, could change that. As it's 3rd and inches. I feel a quarterback sneak here by Marcel Reed. And we're going to find out I was correct, and he barely gets it. 1st and 10. Aggies barely got it. And wow, I mean, they probably would have gone for it if they didn't get it, but we'd have to see 2-minute warning, or 2-minute timeout here at the second half, as the Goodyear Cotton Bowl was established in 1937. Excuse me. Ohio State 10, Texas A&M. Texas A&M. I sounded like a robot. I promise I'm not. Texas A&M 0. But they are driving. Marcel Reed drops back, and he's sacked! Back at the 47, big Caden McDonald on the sack. Brutus the Buckeye loves it. And Ohio State might have just stopped Texas A&M's momentum. Throwing Marcel Reed, it is incomplete. Possibly could have been another pick. Looking at a 64-yarder from here, which I guess, yeah, it's possible in the NFL. It would be very long, but I mean, the longest kick is 68 yards by Cam Little. That happened this year. That was impressive that he made it. And then in the NFL, and in college, you cannot make 64. Indiana barely made that ball is caught wide open, wide receiver down to the 14. That's the big wide receiver, not big wide receiver, but the huge Texas A&M wide receiver that they need to make an impact the most, Kevin Concepcion. Anyway, well, oh dear, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Can it still... Okay, it's good. We're good. Sorry. Ignore that, please. As this is a play action, Reed throws. It is caught. I was just saying that an Indiana kicker could make a 55-yard field goal barely. So there's no way that a Texas A&M kicker would have made the 64-yarder if they attempted it. I'll just put it there, I guess. Throwing. It is handed off. Le'Veon Moss had a lean until he didn't. Timeout, Aggies. Father Flare. One of these handles to, like, wherever I put my game and it all came off. I don't know what it's called. Like wherever we put, like, yeah, our stuff in my room. It's not important, but I don't know how to explain it. It's fine. Throwing. Marcel Reed, and it is caught. Is he there? Yes! First and goal, Aggies. From the 3. So this happened already. Do you need me to come up there, or later? I mean, yeah, you should probably come up here. Let's pause this. What up, Mother Flare? We'll be right back. I'm going to open the door for Father Flare because I'm a very kind person. What's happening? Nothing. It's not a big deal. I thought it was a bigger deal than it actually was. Father Flare said he'll fix it and deal with it later. What up, Mother Flare? Back to the game here. Aggies on first and goal from the 3. They strike. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They're on the board. Amari Niblack with the catch, and A&M finally gets on the board. Did I do a good job commentating that, Father Flare and Mother Flare and Father Flare? 7 Ohio State after this PAT. And don't forget, Texas A&M gets the ball, yes, you're doing great, thanks. And the PAT is good. 3 minutes, 54 seconds taken off clock. Aggies cut the lead down to 3. And also, they get don't forget, but they get to receive the second half kickoff. As, they'll receive the second half kickoff as this is going to be brought out. If you're an Aggie fan, a turnover is huge here. But we'll see. You just never know in all sports. 7 watching. Julian Saint's just going to hand it off, and there he goes! Into the secondary. Burst into the secondary to the 34. And that momentum got wiped away like whenever you erase a math problem on the board if you do that. I don't like math, by the way. That's just what I was thinking about at the time. Hand it off again, and there he goes again! He's so close to the 43. Father Flare excited about momentum, and then it just erases like a whiteboard. 2nd and inches for Ohio State. Who do you want to win, Mother Flare? Texas A&M or Ohio State? That ball is caught to midfield. 22 seconds and a timeout for Ohio State. 6 watching. We'll see how they manage this. As that was a great pass by Julian Sayin, and they take their final timeout. Not good clock management by Ohio State there. I would have waited, but that's just me. We'll see. Texas A&M. Okay, they're the SEC. I'm just saying. I'm neutral, but yeah. Throwing. Julian Sayin, and he throws it away. 17 seconds. I don't really know why you're celebrating. It's just an incomplete pass, but whatever. Whenever you're down 10-7 and you started as slow as you did, then it makes sense. Can the Aggies get that momentum back? Or will Ohio State wipe it away? Or get rid of it. Throwing. Julian Sayin, his pass is caught. Is he out of bounds? The catch is made. He gets it to the 35. Question is he out of bounds? That was a great pass and a great catch. And, oh, yeah, no, they say he's not out of bounds. Ohio State's going to have to hurry, and they're going to not have any time left. Horrible clock management by the Buckeyes and Ryan Day. And that leads us to halftime. He did not get out of bounds, and then, wow. Huge break there for Texas A&M. If he'd not signaled the sidelines, maybe that play gets off. But if he does, then it doesn't, and he did, and it didn't. Wow, he barely didn't get out of bounds. It was so close. He was about to, but the tackle was made. Great job by the Aggies. Got to give it to him. And now the Aggies, with that momentum, will get the ball to start the second half and what might be a thriller. Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. Like we just caught in something of masquerade or something weird. There's no escape from it, right? Okay, Marcel Reed's pass caught for the Aggie first down. Were you listening, Wave? It's okay if you weren't. Okay, we gotta put this somewhere. Put this on. What is this? Oh, yes, this is how I lock in. Oh, this don't feel good on me. Perfect. Okay, Marcel Reed and the Aggies trying to take the lead. Here's a handoff to Le'Veon Moss, who gets 2 second and 8. All our chatters are cheering for Texas A&M, and I'm neutral, so. And I'm not a chatter, so, like, you know. 2nd and 8 from their own 34. Ooh! I don't know. That was just anticlimactic. Here's another handoff and a big gap, and he gets 6. So that's Le'Veon Moss, 3rd and 2 from the 39. 6 minutes and about 50 seconds to go after this next play. Or when this next play is snapped, and it'll be a bit under that. If you want the exact time, it'll be like 6:40 probably. Not, or like the time left in the quarter, and throwing it in, or handing, or no, not handing it off, a wide receiver screen set up, and it's blown up for a loss of 3. Texas A&M is going to have to punt, and the dangerous Buckeyes are going to receive the ball. Okay, that might be a bit anticlimactic, but whatever. That is a booming punt. And will it be brought out? Yes, is the answer. He spins a defender out and then tackled at the 24. Ohio State taking over. Ryu. Hit or quarterback keeper Julian Sayin slides. Made it look like he got a concussion there. He didn't. Down to the 27, 2nd and 7 from there. Anyone in the house cheering for, anyone watching cheering for Ohio State, I need to hear y'all's noise if you are. And you don't actually have to scream. I'm neutral, by the way. I just was curious, because I knew no one was. Wide receiver screen, or not a wide receiver screen. I take that back, fake the handoff, and complete it for a gain of 3 to, what's his name, Jeremiah Smith. Okay, I was joking about the whole Ohio State thing. I'm neutral, but there's just no one cheering for Ohio State. So, like, well, I'm neutral, so I guess you could make a case that I'm cheering for Ohio. Well, no, I'm cheering. If I'm neutral, then I'm not cheering for either team. As throwing is Julian Sayin, it's incomplete. And a 3 and out for A&M. I don't know, that was awkward. 3 and out for Texas A&M, though, as it is the time left in the 3rd quarter is my birthday date. Is that okay that I said that, Mother Flare 514? Actually, No, I probably shouldn't have said that. That is going to be brought out and wrapped up at the 35. Out come Marcel Reed and the Texas A&M Aggies. Yes, LOL. I am throwing. That ball is caught to the 49 of Ohio State. First down, Aggies. Wait, who are you cheering? Oh, you are back. Yeah, never mind. First down, Aggies. Ooh, it's a game. Whoa. Christ be magnified. As this is play action, Marcel Reed. Another first down to the 39. That is the... Oh, gosh, what's his name? That big their star wide receiver, Crimpton. Okay, Wave is Texas A&M cheering for, rather. Play action. Reed! The ball is caught by Crumpton or Conception and down to the 17 of Ohio State. This drive continues, and Ohio State fans continue to cry. I don't know, that was awkward. I'm neutral, but I don't have to keep saying that. We know that. This is going to be this is a strange play call, and it is a handoff. Le'Veon Moss to the 10, 2nd and 2. Aggies getting a drive together, and Ohio State's momentum has gone, and has just vanished. It disappeared. 2nd and 2. Wah. What are you laughing at? What do you mean, wah? Hand it off. Le'Veon Moss gets a yard. 3rd and 1. And 3rd and 1 from the 9. 31 years ago today, Texas A&M lost. No. Texas A&M fans, don't leave. I was joking. Like I'm crying. Oh, LOL. Handed off. Le'Veon Moss loses a yard. Decision time for Mike Elko now. Field goal ties it. We'll see. Do they get him to jump, though? This is a big call on Heisman difficulty. Why am I going like that? I don't know. And they're going to kick it. Just does not appear to be a fake. This is to tie the ball game at 10 apiece. The kick. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Texas A&M has tied the football game at 10 apiece. From down in the grave, or from down 10-0 to tied at 10. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl, established in 1937, is tied at 10 apiece. Aggies, Buckeyes, whoa! They had to do those random songs before the commercial break, so I just made up one. As this is going to be a return, and the momentum for Texas A&M continues as he is tackled at the 15. Julian Sayin hands it off, and he makes a cutback. Gets a yard, 2nd and 9. Another thriller here if you're watching or just joining. Haha, the songs. And Wave is booing Ohio State. Okay. Julian Sayin throwing. It is caught. Carnell Tate did not get it, though. Why do you hate Ohio State so much, Wave? I'm just curious. Oh, no. Bahoo! 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 I remember that from my MLB The Show 24. 3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak, and Julian Sayin has got the first. Oh, why do you hate them, Wave? I'm just curious. First and 10 from the 26. Both teams have done good, or that might not be the most true fact, but a minute 14 to go as here's a handoff and a hurdle and a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. After this play, there'll be under a minute to go in the third quarter, with both teams knotted up, agreeing at 10. Oh, they did lose to Indiana, though, which I'm sure you were excited about, Wave. Play action. Julian Sayin throws a dart that is caught. First down, Ohio State. To the 48, Carnell Tate. State and Tate rhyme. I've said a lot of rhyming words in my commentary today, which I'd not expect, but whatever. Anyways, 1st and 10 from the 48. Play action. Julian Sayin's pass. Incomplete. That was like double or triple coverage. Somehow he still almost caught it. The miracle of all miracles. Am I right? If he catches that, I'll be right back. Building up suspense, baby. It's what I do best. Alright guys, we are back. I finished all my drink, and now it's on like Donkey Kong for both teams. Who will battle it out? Who will get the victory? Will we have an Iron Bowl type play at the end? Another kick six? Or something like that? Let's find out, as we still have a quarter of football to be played. There's still 16 seconds left in the third, but yeah. Ooh, baby. I want to get with you and take your picture. That's what Father Flair always says. 2nd and 10 from the 16. Sayin with the quarterback keeper. And he will lose the yard. 3rd and 11. As, excuse me. That will take us to the 4th quarter. Tied at 10. 4's up, everybody. Both teams tied at 10 in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. 4's up. 4's up. Let me see those 4's in the chat, everyone. 10. Oh, 10 Texas. 10 Texas A&M. 10 Ohio State. Who will get the win and make the bigger plays in these final 8 minutes, or will neither team do so, and we will head to overtime? Let's find out as the first play of the 4th quarter is underway. Julian Sayin going for it all. It is batted away, looking for Jeremiah Smith, and that's gonna lead to an Ohio State punt and a good opportunity for the Aggies to take their first lead of the night. As here's the punt upcoming. And oh boy, it is shanked. Or no, it's not. It's fair caught at the 15. And Marcel Reed and the Aggies will take over from the 15. Their own 15. Here's the play action. And he wants it all. And he's got it all. The ball is caught at the 42. 1st and 10. Aggies, what a huge play by Marcel Reed. Pressure coming, and he throws a 44-yard dime of a catch. Aggies keep their momentum, and wow, heartbreaker there for Ohio State fans on that play. Sounded like a Kirk Herbstreit line. It might have been. It was not, but it sounds like one. Marcel Reed throwing, and he goes short. The ball is caught, and 2nd and a yard from the 33. That was Carter or Carver. I could not see it properly. Oh, Christ be magnified. Let his praise arise. Marcel Reed Quarterback keeper fakes everyone, including me, and the Ohio State defense, and a pickup of 13 down to the 20. Wow, he faked everyone out. I thought that was a run. I'm like, he's blown up. But heck no. No such thing as a run in Aggie land today. Or on that play. Yes, I know I'm neutral, but I just wanted to say that. Throwing, Marcel Reed. Passes caught. First and goal, Texas A&M. From the 6, that is Craver, not Carter or Carver. Craver. Wow! This game is intense! This game has got all the feelings! This game has got everything you want in one game for a playoff game at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Marcel Reed hands it off and to the 3. Second and goal from the 3. Marcel Reed and the Aggies with 5 minutes and about 40 seconds to go. Second and goal from the 3. Pressure on both teams. Can Ohio State force a turnover? Or will the Aggies punch it in to take their first lead of the night? Throwing. Marcel Reed. He's going to scramble. Texas A&M takes their first lead of the night. Marcel Reed with a run, a touchdown run of his own from 3 yards out to give the Aggies the lead as they try and upset the Buckeyes. Well, I don't know if it'd be an upset. Now the SEC chants are starting as all of our viewers watching, or as all of our chatters are cheering for Texas A&M. PAT, a huge one to make this score 17-10. It is good. Aggies 17, Buckeyes 10, and now Brutus is going to need to get a touchdown to try and keep their season alive, aka Ohio State. Bang! Onomatopoeias are great in these scenarios, as that's a touchback by Carnell Tate. Ohio State will take over at the 25, saying, and he hands it off. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Finally, a chance to catch my breath. That's only a gain of 2 instead of a gain of like 13 or a very exciting play. I love those. I'm just saying. Wait a minute, that was not intended. Julian saying, I'm just saying. Not intended, but I just realized that. Wonky snap, or bad snap, Julian saying still goes with your local check down from Walmart. Not really, it's not at Walmart. Don't try and do that, but the ball is caught for an Ohio State first down to the 37. 4 minutes and about 40 seconds now. What an ending we're set up for. It's not over till it's over. LOL, LOL, LOL. As this is a handoff and tackled for a gain of 1. This man said Walmart. Well, what this man talking about? I don't know. Ohio State versus the Texas A&M Aggies. Or just Ohio State. You could say it either way. The Ohio State Buckeyes or Ohio State Buckeyes versus Texas A&M Aggies. Play action! And Julian Sayen's pass is caught all the way to the Texas A&M 41. First down, Ohio State. What a thriller we're set up for. Whoa! Yeah, oh yeah. 41, from the 41. First and 10. Play action. Julian Sayen and incomplete. He had him, but he overthrew it, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Lots of breaks the Aggies have caught in this game. Wow. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Aggies 17, Buckeyes 10. 3:38 to go in the game. Who will make the most clutch plays and get the dub? Hand it off, and he is tackled for a loss of 4. 3rd and 14. Peoples was the one who got that carry. And now we're gonna go under possibly under like, no, probably not, but like under 3 minutes and 15 seconds for sure. 3rd and 14. 4 down territory for Ohio State. Julian Sayin drops back, and he is hit as he releases it. Almost a game-ender interception. It is incomplete. Now 4th down. Can Ohio State clutch up and get the first? Or will the Aggies have possible? Oh, they're punting? What are they doing? They're punting the football. Whoa! Whoa! And it's a touchback. They're really relying on their defense here. Wow! What a shocker. 1st and 10. Play action. Reed's pass. Caught. And did he get it? He did. And they're gonna be dumb and go ahead and take their timeout. Oh. We'll see if their defense can get a miraculous stop. I didn't think about strategy, lol. Handed off and tackled. And timeout. Ooh, baby. This might still come down to the wire. Ooh, people on the edge of their seats still. Yeah, I would have gone for it there. Yeah, but Aggies did, or Buckeyes didn't. That ball caught. He is inbounds. 3rd and 3. Ohio State out of timeouts. Here's a big play. Upcoming. 3rd and 3. Possibly a game. Probably not, but you never know. 3rd and 3. It is big. Yeah. 3rd and 3. Marcel Reed. Throwing Marcel Reed on 3rd and 3. He gets it out of the backfield and plenty more. 1st down, Texas A&M Aggies. And that'll probably take us to the 2-minute warning. It is because there's 3 minutes left, 2 timeouts, and they think they will get it back, I think. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get another play here. That will just about, we'll see, but probably. As throwing it still, Marcel Reed goes short. He stays in bounds. Gets 6, 2nd and 4. Turnovers are still possible for Ohio State. It's unlikely, but it's possible. 2nd and 4. And this is a handoff. And he gets a yard. Another huge 3rd down for both teams. Clock will tick. But tick, and I not cuss. No one said I did, but still, the possibility is high that they don't get this. Marcel Reed. Hell no, play action! Tricks Ohio State! 1st down to the 15. Texas A and M. That'll just about do it. Wow! Terry Bussey or Boosie, I don't know how to say it. 20 yards. And they do get it. That might do it. Boom. I think it will leave. Ohio State's out of timeouts. The Buckeyes just might have been eliminated. And they have. Marcel Reed gets ready to take the knee. Ohio State is not going back to back. They have been eliminated by Mike Elko and the Texas A&M Aggies. Yeah, baby. Comeback, baby. A good comeback by the Aggies. W. That's right. Let's go, SEC. Moving on. Father Flair excited. And then awesome commentary, Bobby. Thank you. Thank you. So, who would Texas A&M play in the game? Because, like, I got Oregon and, there's a Cotton Bowl trophy. But anyway, and the decision to punt comes back to haunt Ohio State big time. Please let this happen in real life. I don't know, Wave. I can't just put it on Heisman difficulty. Here is the game ender. Yo, yeah. So not what should. Oh, okay, really. Wait, no, because wait, I'm gonna see this. I have it in my notes. Don't block you. Okay, so Dirt said maybe later, and then so yeah, notes. Where are you? So Oklahoma's gonna either be playing Texas Tech or Oregon for my bracket, obviously, and then also the Bills are getting cooked. But regardless, so Texas A&M's gonna be playing. So who would? I think it'd be over. Wouldn't it be either Ole Miss or Georgia, Father Flair? Before you go, if Texas A&M won, wouldn't it be Ole Miss or Georgia who they play? Leader Wave. Okay. Bye, Father Flair. I'm pretty sure that's who it would be, regardless. Wait, where does that end? Logo? So probably Georgia, but regardless. No really big thrillers here. Okay. Whew. Got a headache from all that exciting stuff. I'm fine. Still. Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe with notification. Bye guys. Don't forget to like. Okay, I'm not gonna scream it. Bye guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe with notifications. So yeah, bye. Bye. Excuse me. Bye guys. Bye guys and bye Wave. Bye Wave.